Amina, can you talk to us a little bit about that and why that's important, like the whole loan modification and how that could impact you refinancing or purchasing? What's the negative repercussions there that people might not be aware of?
Yeah, and so with a loan modification, that means that you're changing the structure of your loan without necessarily refinancing, right? And so with a loan modification, depending on the loan program you're trying to apply for, it may impact the qualifying for those programs. And so it's not going to be, I guess, typically it's a negative on your credit report. And that's the most important factor there. And on top of that, right now, if a loan goes into forbearance, there may be additional guidelines and restrictions surrounding that topic of, for example, a conventional loan in the future. If you try to apply for it and obtain it, they may have a waiting period in which you need to show proof of on-time current payments after the forbearance period. So if your plans were to purchase a home in a year or so, and then on your credit report, it shows that you are on forbearance,
Hmm.
then the extra timeline delays could be even more longer. And we just don't know exactly how that's going to go when it comes to qualifying for loans in the future. And
Wow.
so,
So it could make it more difficult for owners who are using forbearance to be able to purchase or refinance or get any of those things done because of the forbearance.
possibly, exactly. And so that's where right now, for example, I mean, Fannie and Freddie did announce that they're going to be accepting loans in forbearance now as long as they are current. Because
Hmm.
some, I guess, borrowers, for example, maybe they didn't know about all these repercussions and they signed up for it or inquired about it, but then they haven't really implemented it yet. And so those kind of situations, they're creating revisions where that could still be okay, and the Fannie and Freddie agencies will still buy those loans, which means the companies themselves can still offer loans to those people.
Hmm.
But later on in the future, I mean, of course, right now we have to timestamp everything we say and talk about nowadays with all the
Right.
things changing. But for now, I will say that there's a very strong possibility in the future, depending on what kind of revisions they do to the guidelines, that a forbearance could impact your qualifying in the future.
Wow. Which is huge. Which is huge. Interesting.